Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Welcome to Morning Sip with Red Melissa. I am Red Melissa, and it's wonderful to be with you all today. SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, good day, Shay Love. I owe you a call, girl. I owe you a call. We got to catch up. I want to know about the car. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you all for joining me live today. And I hope everyone had a good weekend. I love my Mondays. I love my Sabbath Mondays so very much. And I'm going to share a little bit about what I did yesterday because it weaves into our new series this week. So, our new series this week is Eternity. Eternity. Yes. So, one of the things that I absolutely love to do is to go to the movies. Yes, I am still a person, I'm one of those people who loves to go to the movie theater. And I especially love to go to the movies with myself. One of my favorite things to do. And on Mondays, not every Monday, but on many Mondays, AMC and Regal Theaters do a movie mystery. So AMC does Screen Unseen. And so you don't know what movie you're going to see. They screen a movie that hasn't been released yet. And you get to be one of the first people to see the movie before it's released. And they want you to, go on their social media and talk about it, which I did do last night because this particular film really resonated with me in a profound way. And it still is. It's like I still feel the vibration of it, if you will. So the movie is called Eternity, and it's produced by one of my favorite production companies, which is A24. And A24 is a American independent film and TV production company. And they put out wonderful movies, wonderful, like just art, So for example, they did Moonlight, they did what's the name of the movie? Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I absolutely loved that movie. So they put out, some critically acclaimed films. Now, with that having been said, I wouldn't put Eternity in that category as far as being critically acclaimed, but it does have this something to it. It has this essence, at least it did for me, that left me in a place of curiosity. And it also left me in a place of sadness, to be honest about it. So let me tell you a little bit about the film and why I decided Eternity will be our series this week. So I'm not going to give away too much because some of you might go see it. And the main plot is a love triangle. That's the main plot. But I don't want to focus on that as the main plot. The part that I want to focus on is kind of like a subplot. So the characters pass, they die, and after they die, they become the age that they were at their happiest. So they don't get to pick it. it just automatically happens. You become the age that you were at your happiest. So for all of these characters, they became the age of like somewhere in their late 20s, 30s, let's say. So this got me thinking, what age, what age would I become? What age would I become? The age that I was or am at my happiest. What age would that be? So while I'm at the movie theater, Zola calls me and I text her and tell her I'm at the movies. I'll call her back. So after I left the movie theater, I FaceTimed her and she was like, "Oh, what movie did you see?" So I was telling her about the movie and I started crying when I said, part of the plot is you become the age that you were the happiest. And she asked me, "Well, what age would that be for you, mommy?" And I started crying. And I was like, "Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why am I crying?" So I'm driving and I'm on FaceTime with her. And I said, "Well, one of the age that I would be at my happiest is any age that you and your sister were with me," right? So that made me cry even more. And, she was comforting me and everything. And so we got off the phone. So when I got home, I went and I was telling Marco about it and started crying again. What age would you become based on your happiest time in your life? So I'm asking that question and I'm still sitting with that question because I have had many happy moments in my life. I have, and I'm grateful for each and every one of them. But to pick a particular age when I was at my happiest, I'm not really sure what age that would be. And in the movie, one of the characters realized that the other character in the movie was at an age when they were not together. She was at her happiest when they were not together yet. So she was at her happiest before she met him, right? And he had to contend with that and made some decisions based on that information. So it also had me thinking about eternity, right? This concept of eternity, because one of the things that they get to do is they get to pick what eternity they will experience for the rest of eternity. So it's very funny. There's like vendors that are trying to sell you on their eternity. There's eternity where it's like the wine eternity, the mountain eternity, the beach eternity, the no men eternity, like eternities, every eternity that you could think of, they had it. And some of the eternities were sold out and some of them were discontinued, which I also found hilarious. So this idea of eternity has been percolating with me all evening. And so I looked up the word eternity. It's what we know that it is, right? Infinite time, a duration without beginning or end. And the origins is a Latin word that means enduring and permanent. So I don't want to get into like the religious aspect of this. I want to keep this just in this open, easy place, right? So no judgment, no religion, none of that, right? Just the essence of eternity, right? Something that has no beginning and no end. And to me, that would mean that this life that I am living right now is a part of eternity. It's a part of eternity. Now, as soon as I was writing this morning and I wrote that down, and then my Pentecostal my Pentecostal voice came up, and I was like, all right, now this is not about religion, it's not about that, so please go back to sleep. So she did. She went off and did something else, right? So what is eternity for you? Those are my two questions for this week to contemplate on. The first question is, what age would you be that you were at your happiest? If you were transitioning and part of the transition was to become the age you were your happiest, what age would that be for you? And then, what are your thoughts about eternity? Do you consider this life that you're living now a part of eternity? Or do you believe that eternity happens when we depart from this physical plane? So I'm curious about how this lands for you all. And we will continue this conversation. We will continue this conversation. I'm still sitting in a little bit of sadness, and I'm okay with that because sadness, my relationship with sadness always reveals something that I need. It always does. So I'm comfortable with the emotion of sadness. I am. So that's where we are for today. Those two questions. What age would you be at your happiest? And that would be the age that you would live for eternity. And when does eternity start for you? Did it already start? Are you in it? Or do you believe eternity starts when we leave this physical plane? All right. I have some other questions I'll share tomorrow. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being with me today live. I appreciate your presence. And we're going to get into some joy news. So I only have one thing to share today for joy news, and that is our community cafe that happens every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And I invite you to join us. It is an offering from Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, where I am the spiritual leader. So every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom, we do something called Community Cafe, where we come together, we be in community with each other, we share, and we have a focus. And so the focus tomorrow is on prayer. So we invite you to come with your prayer requests. We invite you to come with questions about prayer, whatever you would like to discover and uncover and recover about prayer. You're welcome to join us. It's led by one of our practitioners, and it's a wonderful time to just take a deep breath, forget about the day, and just focus and tune into you in community with other yous. All right. So you can go to rocklandcsl.org, click under events, you'll see Community Cafe, and the Zoom link is there. All right, everybody. So that is today's sip. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful today. I will see you tomorrow. 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, live, and we will continue our eternity series. Remember the 2 questions. What age would you become at your happiest? What age would that be? And when does eternity start for you? Does it start now? Are you in eternity now? Or does it start when you transition from this physical plane? Or maybe you don't believe in eternity. That's okay too. Just curious, just curious. So, peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.